came to this country in fetters and chains, outlaws and rebels with numbers for names, and on the triangle were beaten and maimed. Blood stained the soil of Australia. Dukies and duchesses, flash lads and whores, you worked their plantations and polished their floors, lived in their shadow and died in their wars. Blood stained the soil of Australia. Does it quicken your...
We've got some very special guests here tonight. You know, the thing that we have just seen with the release of Tim Anderson is not because the court discovered all of a sudden that he was innocent, because the Crown that prosecuted him and the judge that sentenced him and the detective that arrested him all knew full well long ago that Hilton had nothing to do with Tim Anderson. The state was framing Tim Anderson. The reason that he is free right now is because an organisation called KEFTA stood against the state and fought them for 2 years and won. So very privileged tonight to have most of the KEFTA members here tonight, and I'll be making a special guest appearance towards the end of the set, I hope. This song's called Among Cruddy Dogs and Pigs. As a child I was raised on salted oats, the tales of the savage past. I learned to love the drifting rain and winter's icy blast. And all day long on the holy isle far out I love lush vine. I walk the hills in dripping shoes where the bones of the old ones lie. I started school out with 10 years ago, was first at the scouts of all. Bought and sold by a parcel of roads for a handful of English gold, till the fate was sealed and the London field, and the blood of the clans ran down through the twisted sea of history to the streets of Glasgow town, where at night the head of mothers led on some laureled rice, and the flower of Scotland bloomed again among ruddy dogs and pies. Yeah!
Okay, talking to Alistair Hulett, the leads... Hulett. Alistair Hulett, the lead singer and chief songwriter from Roaring Jack. Alistair, how would you describe your music? You use amplified instruments of a rock band, you use melodies of traditional Celtic music, you have the anger and emotion of punk music, and you use lyrics to reflect the social values of our time. That's the way I see Roaring Jack. How do you describe it?
Describe it better myself. That's sort of it in a nutshell, basically. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what we are. We're a sort of folk band that puts it in your face.
Yeah. Do you see? So you obviously see. You don't see yourself as a rock band with Celtic influence, rather a Celtic band with that uses rock instruments.
Well, it's a sort of eternal chicken and egg question, really, isn't it? I mean. I don't really give it a great deal of thought, but I mean, I guess we think of ourselves principally as a rock and roll band, really. You know, I mean, if you take rock and roll, you know, to its most primitive forms, it sort of came out of folk music, blues, and country music. You know, I guess we're just trying to make rock and roll, but instead of looking to the roots of American music, we draw on Scottish and Irish music, but it's all just rock and roll.
From the killing fields of Vietnam to the back streets of old Derry town, they ring us round with tanks and guns because they want to keep us in our station. And from the coal pits of Northumberland, then down below the Rio Grande, they bind and they break the worker's hand with hardship and starvation. Because oppression is the boss's creed, and profit is their religion. But it has been proved has been proved here in Sydney that you can stand up against them, you can look them in the eye and you can fight them, you can tell them to shove it, and if you mean it, and if you fight long and hard enough, you win. That way you set the cat among the pigeons. She's laughing with a back, but the one laughing like a bee, but a black, but a black, it'll clearly be a valley. Very much so, bring me, bring me, mama, speak me, my name, when it's my minute, get back, get me along, then when I'm running, pretty and long, and I'm going to get her back, and some she need to be out on the kind of the street. I said, show to the lady, I'm gonna do the talk, and very much so, bring me, mama, speak me, my name, when it's my minute, get back, get me along, then when I'm running.
Talking to Davey, the bass player from Roaring Jack. Davey, how would you describe your style of bass playing that you use in Roaring Jack?
Well, mate, it's really a conglomeration of styles, I suppose. I mean, I've listened to a lot of different bass players and guitar players and whatever else in my playing career. I mean, some of the other members of the band would probably puke at my record collection and tape collection. But, I mean, I listen to, bass players like Billy Sheehan and Mark King and Will Lee, a hell of a lot of other really good players who play with, who do session work and studio work with various people. Yeah, I mean, I try to incorporate a lot of different styles into it. One bass player who's really influential on my style of playing is a guy called Dave Pegg out of Fairport Convention. I mean, I've tried to work out as many bass lines of his as possible. He's got a really lyrical melodic style of playing, and that's what I try to aim for in my playing. I tend to follow the melodic structure of the song a lot in my playing, as opposed to just playing root fifth or root third fifth or whatever it happens to be.
Just if you were playing in a straight rock band, would you be playing a similar style to what you're playing at the moment, or you feel that playing in Roaring Jack gives you a lot more scope?
I suppose it depends upon the strand of rock that you're playing. I mean, if you're playing sort of funk rock or whatever, I mean, obviously there's a lot of thumb and finger style involved in that. Yeah, if you're playing in a straight rock band, I think you don't tend to make it, and at the risk of getting into trouble with other bass players, quite often it's not nearly as melodic as required for Roaring Jack, but I mean that's not denigrating other bass players by any stretch of the imagination. It's just the requirements of that particular style. I mean, you know, if you're playing sort of straight eighths and whatever, it's really important to sort of keep the root note going, you know, and playing, you know, really keeping an eye and keeping in time with your kick drum and your snare. But you know, if you're going to be playing sort of swing, or you're going to be playing it's just straight rock and roll, yeah, the style would be slightly different, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
We don't play no rounds at fucking show. We don't look for ways to get shot and burned. We don't need no rockstar wallies. We don't frequent magazine jollies. We don't waste our time with the likes of you. But with the likes of you. Have a look at the time. Double, 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 bang. Shoot the rest of have a look at my. Out of style. We don't grin and bear it with a plastic smile. We don't work for the craft ambition. We don't speak for the new generation. We don't eat our crumbs when they want us to. When they want us to. Oh, what a lovely certain time. Oh, just a bit of kicking time. Oh, what a lot of shopping thinking. Bye, 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 bye. Yeah. The rules will make gun operate them. We don't wait for handouts, let's fucking take them. We don't march our face, we're gonna rise. We don't know what happens when we try. We won't die when the old red, white and blue. Where the fuck said you? Oh, it's happened to me now and then. Oh, carry on and start again. Oh, we will love it like the stars.
Okay, talking to Stephen from Roaring Jack. Steph, what sort of, do you see yourself as a rock musician or a Celtic musician in a rock band?
Basically a bit of both, I'd say, yeah. But I mean, everyone in the band has sort of played Celtic music for years and years, and then all of us, and had an interest in sort of rock and roll and rock music, you know. And I've played in rock bands before, so the two just merged perfectly for me. So.
From way that I could away from fortune. I'm a sick and all to make a brandy way of watching. The life is shorter than the sun, the man to take it easy. If there's a jump who gets a man of the bar that finds me crazy. To take the light and pick it up and pigs it up in the crowd job. When I get this, I want to kiss the last behind the rear tab. So take the light and pick it up and out in the street and Sunday night. I'll say the street, the light to the last behind the rear tab. I'm on the book of Scotty Brown, get all my players stunted. If I the brush the one and last, so take me one intention. The thanks are still they coming out, so why not you and I know? And there is strong for have some fun, then come to have it right up. So take the lights and pick it up and beat it out of the bird out. When I get the sky, one thing that's the last behind the rear tab. So take the lights and pick it up and out of the street and Saturday night. I'll say for strength and something to the last behind the rear tab. Yeah!
knuckle for Susan's folly. Give me an hour to take the bar with my sweet Sharon Polly. The love is pleasing, love is tasting, love is bound to treasure. With a glass of wine they will entwine and with me last night leisure. So deck the light and picking up painting over the furniture. When I get this I want to kiss the last behind the curtain. So deck the light and picking up I'm gonna string the Saturday night. I'll save the string to stop the light to the last behind the curtain.
Talking to Rob from Roaring Jack. Rob's a guitarist, the lead guitarist from Roaring Jack. Rob, I'm just wondering if you can tell us what style of guitar playing do you employ when you play in Roaring Jack?
Well, it's basically a folk style. I'm basically a folk style guitar player. I started playing acoustic music, and I basically just do what I did on acoustic guitar and electric guitar. So there's not really much difference apart from it's amplified.
So you're basically using a pentatonic type scale, are you? Or?
Pentatonic scale, I've found a blues scale. I used to play a lot of blues, and a blues scale works really well with folk music. Well, blues is folk music, but especially with Celtic music.
Yeah, but it's more associated with a more rock type, rock influenced band, the blues scale. But I know that you do use it in some of your solos, and also you use distortion pedals and chorus pedals.
Not a chorus pedal, a delay pedal, just to give it a bit of ambience, and a distortion pedal for the more thrashier type numbers. Yeah.
How would you describe Roaring Jack? I guess the aim of the assignment is to say, are they a rock band, or are they that have Celtic influences, or a Celtic band that has rock influences, or are they a punk band with an element of punk in there as well, or can you relate it back to the early Australian folk songs where they would use Celtic melodies in the folk songs?
Well, I think it's basically a folk band because we play music of the people, and that's what folk music is. Just because we play it really loud at 2,000 decibels, that's still folk music. But I would say it's folk music with a Celtic flavour.
And so you see, as you said, you see yourself just as a folk musician playing in a loud band?
In this band, yeah.
This band, okay. Thank you.
This song, we're 22 now, but I won't keep on long. People ask me when I grow up to be mad, but all the girls I look in school are already pushing around. I love you then and I love you still. I put you on a pedestal, they put you on the bill. But don't get sad about letting you go. I just feel sad about letting you know. I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for a New England. I'm just looking for another girl. I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for a New England. I'm just looking for another girl. I love the words that you wrote to me, but that was fucking yesterday. I can't survive on what you said every time you need a friend. I saw two shooting stars last night, I wished on them, but they were all exactly what you want to wish on space hardware. I wish you care. I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for a New England. I'm just looking for another girl. I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking for a New England.
Talking to Rod, the drummer from Roaring Jack. Rod, how would you describe your style of playing drums in Roaring Jack?
Well, it's just a mixture of, I mean, it's just the same as playing rock drumming. It's just that you use different patterns.
But
you just use different patterns. I mean,
but certain,
you still hit the same intensity. Yeah. It's just.
But certainly there appears to be more styles. I mean, you could play in a rock band and just do a straight 4 all night, couldn't you? You know, a bass snare with the 8s on the hi-hat. And apart from your rolls, that's all you could need to do all night, whereas in Roaring Jack, you've got a wide variety of different drum styles.
Well, that's partly the influence of, like, say, using military type rolls, or like I said before, with the patterns. There's different time signatures with, say, like a 6/8 and 2/4, and like a lot of those styles have come out of like polka music, and you know, like pata 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 pata. So
How would you describe the music of Roaring Jack? Do you see it as a rock band that, or do you see it as a traditional Celtic band that uses rock instruments?
it's a bit of both, actually. I think that's the attraction of it. Where they use the traditional Celtic feels, Celtic tunes, or tunes that have derived from like Irish or Scottish tunes, and then they just rocked up.
And out there on Dicey Riley, she has taken to the sock. Christ, poor old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. Her Saturday morning to the pub, and then she's in for another little drop of the heart. On the road is Dicey Riley. For old Dicey Riley, she has taken to the sun. For old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. The Saturday's morning to the pub, and then she's in for another drop of heart. Up the road is Dicey Riley. Well, she walks along and skimming straight with an independent air. But then on Sunday summer hell and hot the people stare. She says it's nearly 1:30, take like another 1.5. Up the road is Dicey Riley. Yeah, for old Dicey Riley, she has taken to the sun. For old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. The Saturday's morning to the pub, then she's in for another jump of heart. Up the road is Dicey Riley. Yeah. When my man and friends in my law, one love they let it go, paradise very warm. For one put them on the shape, but when they up in Ireland night, on the time was by Dicey Riley. Yeah, for old Dicey Riley, she has taken to the sun. For old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. The Saturday's running to the front, when she's in for another jump the heart of the road is Dicey Riley. The time I'm catching up on her, like it does with pretty girls. Christ, that's after you along the road before you're out the fucking door. The barons wave and the looks are vague, but out of all that great brigade, still the heart on the road is Dicey Riley. But down on Dicey Riley, she has taken to the sun. For old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. It's up this morning to the front, and she's in for another drop the heart on the road is Dicey Riley. Yes, sir! I'll come to a part of the night where I'm going to have to ask your indulgence, because there's two things that I would like to do, and I sort of said to myself when I wrote a song called Frame that we were going to keep on playing it, and we're going to keep that banner up there until the night when we could play the song to our friend and comrade in arms, Tim Anderson. Well, that night is here. Maybe if we could only get that fucking thing off the wall. The other thing that we said we'd do is we keep on playing Frame until the frame-up was overturned. And we wanted to play it just one last time for Tim. And Tim's here tonight. Would you give him a big round of applause, please? It's wonderful to see him. I think Tim's had enough excitement for one day. Anyway, what I would like to do is to ask the members of the campaign exposing the frame up of Tim Anderson to come up and sing the song with us. And for the rest of us, we'll just sing it from where we are. The words go, he was framed by the Secret Service, framed by the state apparatus. Brett Collins, you fought long and hard, get your arse up here. He was framed by the Secret Service, framed by the state apparatus, framed in the corridors of justice. That was yesterday, Tim Anderson was framed. Another exercise, I tried on the smell and someone had to wear it. And they said, it looks like it's him. The papers will repair it. And they laid the blame on him. But he was fined by the Secret Service, framed by the state apparatus, framed in the corridors of justice as clear as any slogan on a wall. Tim Anderson's framed. Jury ever give the prosecution evidence to speaking like a civic bit wrong with verbals, even as the case unfolds. A German for rehearsals while Tim Anderson looked rolled, and he was framed by the Secret Service, framed by the state apparatus, framed in the corridors of justice as clear as any slugging on a wall. Tim Anderson's framed. Don't you ever wonder what's behind this push? Maybe if he shut his mouth and moved up through the bush, then he'd be living free. Instead he chose to fight corruption in the system and the coppers got outside. And he was framed by the Secret Service, framed by the state apparatus, framed in the corridors of justice as clear as any slugging on a wall. Tim Anderson's framed. By comrade Bing and by the powers of evil, by the dead, the court
out and we fought it in the streets. We spread the call for justice to everyone we meet. Cause it was framed by the secret service, framed by the state apparatus, framed in the corridors of justice as leaders only slogan on a wall in Anderson's frame. By secret service, framed by the state apparatus, framed in the corridors of justice as leaders only slogan on a wall in Anderson's frame. By the secret service, framed by the state apparatus, framed in the corridors of justice as leaders only slogan on a wall in Anderson's frame. Thanks, Rory Jack, for your support all through the campaign. Rory Jack.
That's why most of my songs are in E or D, because E flat's a bitch to play in.
You came to this
Tonight we're going to see
It goes back a long way in Celtic music, actually. I mean, it goes right back to the
with
early
numbers for names, and on the triangle where beaten and bind.
dive on Stonehenge into the assembly.
part of the folk culture, I guess, is that people, certainly explained it, is that people learn their instrument they learn their music not from textbooks, not from a written down, but from an oral tradition.
Stained the soil of Australia. Does it quicken your heartbeat to see tar and concrete?
People slice and flash and look for weathers of some morning from the fight. The thing that was wrestling was embarrassment from the trades and labour council, but the bastards get their kicklogs really wide. Because you know you're gonna be defeated. The stable on the road, so running to the pile. Determined and the sun not to be no one she do. The bread and pieces of the place and coming right to pulling out the holy beautiful royal dress, putting spanners in the ones all we care about is looks, subsidies and why this country's in a bloody mess. So live on the dress. One thing must be the sort of man, being imposters to the deal, the power of capital, the standing rolling tide. The lesser customer was forgotten, how the trades and labour council to bend the boss's side. Will never be defeated. The cerebral of the boss will rage in the car. Determined by myself, that's the name of the Washington. The bread and pieces of a case are coming right to bar. The bread and pieces of a case are coming right to bar. The bread and pieces of a case are coming right to bar. Thanks very much. A few weeks ago we put out a single called Framed. It was a song about the framing of Tim Anderson. This is a song that was on the B-side. It's a song about police verbals. I think in the aftermath of the release of Tim Anderson we should look forward with a great deal of pleasure to the inquiry into how it was that Detective Sergeant Arnie Tees managed to correct in so many ways the completely ridiculous allegations by Evan Pedrick about Tim. That's an example of a police verbal where when they haven't got anything they just make it up. This song's called Criminal Justice. Justice, how happy day to rob the arrested, verbal and brain, and stuck in a cell to rot out for years while the ones who were raised in pursue their burials. But we don't get a staring negative and cynical, we're gonna change it. That's political, don't get a staring negative and cynical, we're gonna change it. That's political. Justice, you're not on suspicion. The next thing you know, you're down in the station when they bang you on the head with a telephone book to help you recall what it was that you took. Well, don't get a stabbing or negative and cynical, we're gonna change it. Can't let it go, don't get a stabbing or negative and cynical, we're gonna change it. Can't let it go. Up in the ocean, we don't want high in the sky. We will lead up like an ocean, at least we will get criminal justice, police in the state, drain up and back, incarcerate anyone, everything could get in the way. The pressure from sand for the smell of long pay, but we don't get a static or negative and cynical, we're gonna change it. Get it political, don't get a static or negative and cynical, we're gonna change it. Get it political, don't get a static or negative and cynical, we're gonna change it. Thanks very much for playing one more song, then we're going to take a little break. This song's called The Old Dividing Road. They say the water suddenly call the blades up the ship, so what's the brain that thunderbolt the law? So touch the water, stay the light, live a plan and escape. Young the place of the campaign, that's the rich man's law, sir. When I was young, I read the famous sentence, he was for to take to keep the nation what they paid against the English crown, sir. Touch the they can't fancy myself, but the most themselves instead, they have to run down, sir. When the bill finds a mansion in the sassafras, the daily show of the years of 300 years before, the chance to give us smile and let the glasses to judge, who keeps us all in poverty and sleep. The folks can play the drums to beat the hell in the lead, and some will sing the summon to run the marching feet, return the bow to answer. When the bell will come and rise, for us hand up to the eyes, thus the name of the business with the burning barn, sir. When the bell finds a marching in the sassafras, the daily show of the years of 300 years before, the chance to give us smile and let the glasses to judge, who keeps us all in poverty and beyond the mighty road. Most of the time utility is swept away. Honest one, but honest pay becomes a rentable. So a scotch and just a fraction, but a stand and conflict. Every race that can be secure in the wall. So under the opinion, together make a stand. The race of flag of brothers, power, the surround. The flag of the factory, the other side.
I get the desperate. Ashkeba, what's a reply? Ashkeba, dealing in a thing. Ashkeba, bringing to my knees. Ashkeba, say my death, please. Ashkeba, what's a reply? Ashkeba, dealing in a thing. Ashkeba, bringing me to my knees. Ashkeba, say my death, please. Say my death, please. Say my death, please.
Thank you very much. This song demonstrates how much we like country and western. It's called The Hungry Ducks in Heaven.
Everybody talks about a home up in the sky. We'll meet my table mother in the streets by and by. They say there's no way you take it with you when you go. Before I take the far, there's just one thing I wanna do. Will there be comrades, Cadillacs, and Lone Star View? Are there hum-drums in heaven just like here? Will there be comrades, Cadillacs, and Lone Star View? But go to the bus, they go up the wild frontier. Yeah! To like the simple breeze. When angels go up, that's a day they like the facilities. Then you're driving all night down the wheel and coffee's good and strong. Cause them 2 bucks in the garden of my favorite country song. Will there be comrades, Cadillacs, and Lone Star View? Are there hum-drums in heaven just like here? Will there be comrades, Cadillacs, and Lone Star View? When I go to meet my sailor on the wild frontier. Oh, Bobby! Looks by in the presence of the Lord. Will we count our blessings one by one, or will we just get bored? Will there be comrades, Cadillacs, and Lone Star View? Are there hum-drums in heaven just like here? Will there be comrades, Cadillacs, and Lone Star View? When I go to meet my sailor of the wild frontier. Will there be honky-tonks, hum-drums in heaven just like here? Will there be honky-tonks, hum-drums in heaven just like here?
Much. The election's over, we can start slagging off the Labour Party again. Hold on fast to the thin red line, because Yellow Cake Bob is no mate of yours, he's no mate of mine. What we need is a proper workers' party. If you don't stop and think of it twice, if you stand there and drop on the price, if you wind up like the bumps on the bones of your ass, hand in the nose for the bump of boss. Oh well, who privileged you? When the left is a swing to the right, they smell like the engine of light. As we wind in the back of the economic growth and jumps and just wishing and jump off. We watch as they take in the school. All the fast as a thin red light, shaking yellow black rock, the snow made of wine. All the fast as a thin red light, shaking yellow black rock, the snow made of wine. Now they're pressing down hearts for books and schools, cause they need the custody of the prison school. When you're sweet 16 and out
down the swing with the moment drop. Hard work to be, it's a mighty government scheme. And the paper said it's something they need dire. But the kitty doesn't rise, the kid was quiet. We need more cops, we need more jails, more hair shots, more guns and nails. The bad cops need more cream. All them frost skeleton, red lights in the yellow cake bomb, the snow made the mine. All them frost skeleton, red lights in the yellow cake bomb, the snow made the mine. The snow is the burden, there's a problem in the boss's hand. Standing on the back was a coordinated round the man. And the only thing that's due about the new right as they picking up the jack as they put him on a second, it's the same old violent shite. So all the frost of the thin red lights in the yellow flag bomb is now made to mine. All the frost of the thin red lights in the yellow flag bomb is now made to mine. You're made of mine. Yellow flag bomb is no way to mine. All the frost of the wind, red lights in the yellow flag bomb is no way to mine. Yellow flag bomb is no way to mine. Yellow flag bomb is no bloody way to mine.
Thanks very much. I'm going to paint the study what this song is about. I was drunk when I wrote it. It's called The Ball of Yarn.
You pick the fucking window, but it's just up like a fork. We'll need an alley, open arms, so wipe the body yard. We'll need an alley, open arms, so wipe the body yard. It's tangled up and tangled up, but it all the hell with the children and the horrors, cause you missed yourself as well. You go back home to Jesus and you wipe the body yard. You go back home to Jesus and you wipe the body yard. I'm going for the crack. I'm gonna file the scam, I bet my arse when I'm the Russia when I'm traffic jam. I'd love to make the bastard that and work the body yard. I'd love to make the bastard that and work the body yard. They took the rest and left the rest, but that it's all over. I'm as happy as a pig in shit, hardly ever sober. It's a full-time occupation winding up the body yard. It's a full-time occupation winding up the body yard. You know staring at the wall, because the times you've ended up with her all. I don't know why you bother winding up the body yard. I don't know why you bother winding up the body yard. I don't know why you bother winding up the body yard. I don't know why you bother winding up the body yard. So I fucking sauce. Crawling up the door, the crippled monkeys lying methylated in the floor. Kicking at the head and watch them find the body yard. Oh, kicking at the head and watch them find the body yard. The devil can take the fucking lot. Do you like a shish kebab and stick you where it's hot? He'll keep you down in hell until you wind the body yard. He'll keep you down in hell until you wind the body yard. The first will have a glass of wine, then we'll have another. Hear the trouble in their land. When I'm young brother, we'll crash into the white light and forget the body yard. We'll crash into the white light and forget the body yard. We'll crash into the white light and forget the body yard. We'll crash into the white light and forget the body yard. silicon veins. On every shoulder, every conference, he gets bigger, he gets smaller. Go on days, top like take back yesterday. Then to soldier, be the reject, walk away. Ice like cold, feels like pitch, with miles, gets in it. No cops or judge, no law, no one to be. That's what's it, the sarcasm belongs to you. Nervous and nice, drunken and desperate. Girl on a case. Lullaby, walking over water, swinging forever, the demon in the air. Go on again, sing like birds, swing like a top. Turn on again, reach your friend, you can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. This is the nurse and the tree, compliments to the perfect space. Girl on a gang. No law, no wrong to me. Touch a seat, the sun can belong to you. Nervous and nice, drunken and desperate. Thanks very much. This is something else off our most recent album, Through the Smoke of Innocence. It's on sale over there at the end of this set. This is a track called Pink Flowers. Sunday sunset was happy and dusty and ale. But the burning to the stations about the old lost and the burning the mile. We stepped from the rocks and the slugs and the rocks and back to the hell of the box. Someone sang anyway. We started the grind and we had a rock more of the drums. Take my money, why did you die? And you in the height of your power. We'll send you off drunk in the night with a drunk with a big bunch of holiday flowers. Listen to me, he's a more than he's 3 scoring 10. Take him up to the bar, we'll buy him a jar, and we'll knock his old box back again. We picked up the cask and we set to the task, up in the wall of each land. Send Vinny Bayo, he buys up a trunk and he's on like a bones in a sack. Tell my money, why did you die, and you in the height of your power? We'll send you off drunk in a nice with a trunk and a big bunch of holiday flowers. Yeah! So we won the first round, we knocked it straight down with a chorus of listen to grand. Then a fucking statue of the old number 2 with some piss and the bastard would stand. The priest is a Christ, and some fucking slaves for the end to my collar and vest. When I saw to the church, we started the lunch, but the lady old bastard the rest. Take my money, why did you die, when you in the height of your power? We'll send you off drunk in a nice with a trunk with a big bunch of holiday flowers. Yeah! The sermon was gang when we prayed to the Lord for his soul. Oh, right, said the priest, oh, right, then they say, and we'll chuck in there into that hole. We looked all around, but we couldn't be found. We were all too fucked up for the job. And we know that's so right, we left them behind, lying there on the floor of the pub. Tell the morning, where are you now? Are you down at the pub after hours? Are you lying there drunk in your nice with a drunk with a big bunch of holiday flowers?
song about a time in Scotland they called the clearances. It was in the 18th century, at the end of the 18th century, when the sort of prototype of Thatcherism was running rampant in Britain. The bourgeoisie that had just seized power from the aristocracy were having their wicked way with the peasantry and sort of annihilating them in the pursuit of profit. They launched a programme that they called the clearances. They drove all the human population out of the Highlands to replace it with a gigantic sheep farm. This is a song about the clearances. It's called the Destitution Road.
At the year of the sheep out of the burning time, they cut down the young men and not parade. The old stops away with a high parade. For the gales of Caledonia, that's a death for the fox, a hedge for the hare, a nest in the tree for the birds of the air. It must on the land, there's no place there for the gales of Caledonia. But the song is second branching, a strange home yet lost across the wild Atlantic on the Destitution Road. The bailiffs came with their written law and their ballot logs of the party to war. They forgiven in the sleet and snow the gales of Caledonia. When your house was burnt and your crops as well, you stood and wept in the blackened shell, and the winter moor was a living hell for the gales of Caledonia. But the song is scattered ranching, a strange home yet lost across the wild Atlantic on the Destitution Road. The plague and the vomit, they drag you down as you make your way. The Glasgow, you tell to the ship that was sailing sin for the shores of Nova Scotia. And you sold your gear, you paid your fare, but your head held high and your heart was sad, and you bid farewell forever there to the glens of Caledonia. But the song is scattered plastic, a stranger home yet lost across the wild Atlantic on the Destitution Road. The land was the road and the deal was plain. The land was the God and the tartan play. His rocks and snares as the memories fade to the gales of Caledonia. And the Australia in the lonely land that once was home to 1,000 men. With the wind and the birds and the Saturday rain for the gales of Caledonia. And the song is stuck and branching, a stranger home yet lost across the wild Atlantic on the Destitution Road. But the song is stuck and branching, a stranger home yet lost across the wild Atlantic on the Destitution Road.
Thank you very much. Just to show that nothing has changed at all, the song's called Yuppie Town.
People in the frontier, they don't have that much. They make do with things others wouldn't even touch. People in the frontier, they work in the factory, and they don't have to choose the rule by necessity. But they better watch out, doesn't mean taking over the training us out. They're giving us the old and sober. They want to tear the place down and send it to the yuppie town. Tear the place down and send it to the yuppie town. music taking over the train of the sound. They're giving us the old ones over. They want to tear the place down and stop into the yuppie town. Tear the place down and stop into the yuppie town. They're gonna have to fuck off west. 20,000 feet, I was thinking I was best. People live in the frontier, they've got their face in such a state. People live in the frontier, who don't have place to be the state. And they better watch out. Doesn't every taking over, they're claiming us out. They're giving us the old ones over. They want to tear the place down and show them to the yuppie town. Tear the place down and show them to the yuppie town. They want to tear the place down and show them to the yuppie town. Thank you. Yeah. What? I'm sure they could come back in again, they're all grown-ups. Sorry, I'm just a humble minstrel, eh? This song's called The Swaggies Have All Waltzed Matilda Away. came to this country in fetters and chains, outlaws and rebels with numbers for names, and on the triangle were beaten and slain. Blood stained the soil of Australia. Duckies and duchesses, flash lads and whores, you worked their plantations and polished their floors, lived in their shadow and died in their wars. Blood stained the soil of Australia. Does it within your party to see tyrant countries cover the dress of the old bullock train? Have you rode so hardness to glisten in progress when the swaggies of all was but held away? Driven like drops from your own native home, hardship and poverty caused you to roam over the bracken and over the foam. Blood stained the soil of Australia. Famine, the fever, for fortune and fame, you caused the poor blacks to suffer the same, imprisoned on missions or hunted for game. Blood stained the soil of Australia. Does it quicken your party to see tyrant countries cover the dress of the old bullock train? Have you grown so heartless to glisten in progress when the swaggies of all was the held away? Years since she came to this land, grey by the girl with a black velvet band, and still to this day you don't understand. The blood stained the soil of Australia. Hooray and white told Australia here, brothers and sisters of every hue, the future is ours, take the wealth from the few, and raise the red flag in Australia. Let it go in your country, the roads at your own pace. Travel is lightly, and travel is well. And those who got success are prison and progress, till the swaggies can all watch the town as well. Don't speak of success or prison and progress, till the swaggies can all watch Matilda as well. We're 40 miles from Albany, forget it, I never shall. Oh, what a terrible stormy had the totally right. You can now bring us out in the book for sleeping, but the first it's a bride. Discovery of the movie was not that broken time. Down the way it was crazy, the legend was getting low, and the number of people getting drunk to get the buffalo, to get the buffalo. Discover was a toy, the most I ever known. The king and free we sing from him, no devil with the dawn. We crushed him in the morning, we crushed him late at night. The poker wouldn't give an inch, she let the vessel tight. Down the way it was racing, the ship was getting low, and the number of people getting drunk to get the buffalo, to get the buffalo. The cook, she was a saucy duck, she wore a ragged dress. The skipper either threw her, she wore a duck-shaped less. Said she a filthy monster, go to hell and burn. They took the skin right off her back, was sticking out of burn. Anyway, it was racing, the engine was getting low,
we're going to play one more song and take a little break. We'll be back for the last set at 11 o'clock. This song is subtitled Kill Your Boss. Its official title is The Bastard from the Bush.
The take the something singing where the monkey boxes nuts. I'm leaving in the morning, there'll be no ifs or buts. Go head out from the stunner, start with Sydney in her eye. Press the stuff with a couple of chunks and a run to one new guy. That's my brothers have worked, we talk about who have grown a lunatic juice. When it comes to the serious drinking where the masters of the bush. This choice bloody mind, the sun would drive you up the wall. The boxers work as we are should have the work that's all. We were born and bred for leisure, and that's a flaming fact. But sailors were a criminal's grace, we might as well get sacked. For fellas of whom we talk about a grown lunatic juice. When it comes to the serious drinking where the bastards run the bush. The ganger, he's a killer, he's not like you and I. He isn't a burning man, he's something that you try. If you stop the light of smoke, when you be dropped and running hard. I said, just there, yeah, get nothing in to be this week, the fucking yard. For fellas of whom we talk about a grown lunatic juice. When it comes to the serious drinking where the bastards run the bush. Into the alley openers, the bus the road to start. They're taking all the sights, like the Yankees and the Nets. Coming across, but giving a toss like rockets doing chips. But fellas of whom we talk about a burn a little bit juice. When it comes to the serious drinking where the bastards run the bush. And when the spree is over and there's nothing in your kick, and they make you men in Sydney start to treat you like a prick. We won't have none of that, no we won't stand for any sauce. We'll walk back in with a carton of beer and run the fucking cross. For fellas of whom we talk about a burn a little bit juice. When it comes to the serious drinking where the bastards run the bush. When it comes to the serious drinking where the bastards run the bush. Okay, last set of the night, and what a fucking happy night it is. We've got some very special guests here tonight. You know, the thing that we have just seen with the release of Tim Anderson is not because the court discovered all of a sudden that he was innocent, because the Crown that prosecuted him and the judge that sentenced him and the detective that arrested him all knew full well long ago that Hilton had nothing to do with Tim Anderson. The state was framing Tim Anderson. The reason that he is free right now is because an organisation called KEFTA stood against the state and fought them for 2 years and won. So very privileged tonight to have most of the KEFTA members here tonight, and they'll be making a special guest appearance towards the end of the set, I hope. This song's called Among Pruddy Dogs and Pigs. As a child I was raised on salted oats and tales of the savage past. I learned to love the drifting rain and winter's icy blast. And all day long on the holy isle, far out and love lashed by, I walked the hills in dripping shoes where the bones of the old ones lie. I was taught in school how Britannia's rule was first and the skunks of all. Bought and sold by a parcel of rolls for a handful of English gold, till the fate was sealed and the London field, and the blood of the clans ran down through the twisted sea of history to the streets of Glasgow town, where at night the head of mothers led on some laureled rice, and the flower of Scotland bloomed again among Ruddy Dogs. night, the back round the housing scheme. With sticks and stones we broke our bones for the sake of the good old cause that has kept our country bound and chained and under English laws. And the old men lived how the blood was spilled on the banks of the river Boy. 300 the first day of the year, save for Roman, drag it all out again for the farms and the terraces cheer. And at night the head of Wallace led on some of the laurel's ranks, and the flower of Scotland bloomed again among ruddy dogs and maids. And at night the head of Wallace led on some of the laurel's ranks, and the flower of Scotland bloomed again among ruddy dogs and maids.
For Tim Anderson, a 13-year ordeal is now officially and finally and irrevocably over. For Mark Tedeschi and for Arnie Tees, the ordeal is only about to begin. This song is called Ever So Humble.
Tigers drinking French champagne out of Sydney Harbour, playing the power and money game with capital and labour, telling us to know our place and mapping all the way to the bank. We stand there with big in our face and cheer while the mascots wang. Forever so humble, forever so humble, forever so humble, the fuck's to me. Kneel down on Australia Day, kiss the boot that kicked you, drink the beer, wave the flag, stupid fucking freaks who don't know when they're being used. We're just a pack of sheep. They take the place right off our backs. We don't need to make a fee. Forever so humble, forever so humble, forever so humble. That fucks to me. We fought the sack. Blessed are the poor in heart, they shall get a handout. Blessed are the underdogs, they shall get a wage cut. Blessed when they shit on you, blessed when you're down. Blessed when they squeeze you out and drive you from this town. Forever so humble, forever so humble, forever so humble. God fucks to me. Forever so humble, forever so humble, forever so humble. God fucks to me. God fucks to me. God fucks to me. Then he whistles me away.
This song's called There Is No Recession in Vaucluse.
And everything goes down, all the way from the bumbox down the dirty end of town. Victims of the welfare state, sliced to surplus value. During time when the company like you don't need me to tell you. There is no recession in Vaucluse. Our belts so tight, but their belts are loose. Capital in crisis, it always smells abuse for the likes of us. And there is no recession in Vaucluse. I've been told that I should learn to keep my bleeding traps
shop, stick to playing rock and roll, they politics down the asphalt. But I'm the type of blues I choose, and I don't mind the bus box. But I'm not sure what my dogs on and climb up on a soundbox. There is no recession in vocals. Our mouths are tight, but their mouths are loose. Capital and crisis, it always smells of use for the likes of ours. And there is no recession in vocals. The rock pack stopped the Redskins and put them out of business. Cause moderates hate radicals more than they hate capital. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like rock and roll is just giving men in pinstripe suits commodities to sell. Yeah! Line isn't that much fun, but if that's what it takes to defend our rights, I'll play there every time. But if you're pissed off, you think I stick my politics in your face, tell me where I do one cockatoo, and I'll get off your face. There is no recession in Gilchrist. Our mouths are tight when their mouths are loose. Capital in crisis, it always smells of use for the likes of ours. And there is no recession in Gilchrist. No recession, no recession, no recession in Gilchrist. No recession, no recession, no recession in Gilchrist. No recession, no recession, no recession in Gilchrist. No recession in Gilchrist, there is no recession. The seagulls are... Start over again, get it, Robert. The seagulls are winning and howling over takeaway scraps on the main drag of dawn. Some black-eyed old Susan walks up and asks me if I'd like to get off or get on. I've been up for so long, I don't think that I'll ever come down. And this life's just a bruise on the surface of suicide town. Outside the glut giant that chocksy old dogs are kicking soft around in the brains. On to the teeth for the wild animal logic of the cardinally insane. They knock off at 6, then they're at the anchor and crown, where the old fellas toast the new morning in suicide town. Soon where have you gone, Mrs. Brown's lovely daughter, gone from the meat market down to the abattoir. So many had her and nobody caught her, and one day she floated away. And where are you now, Mrs. Brown's lovely daughter? I drowned in the ocean of God's holy water. All my wee lambs, they were led to the slaughter, and then they just floated away. They have floated away. It's over the asphalt and circle around like sharks in the rain. No one looks at them directly, we watch their reflection in chocolate gold planes. Give them a gun and a badge they can wear like a brown, and they'll make sure it's business as usual in Suicide Town. Oh dear, what can no matter if there goes the after something sanity, dumping on more of the victims of chemistry grab a rank we all stand in line in the alfresco casualty ward. There's no puddle a shovel's home, I can't sleep but I'd love to like so and watch the amphetamine revive of suicide town. And the seagulls are whirring and haggling over takeaway scraps on the main dragon yard. From the killing fields of Vietnam to the back streets of old Derry town, they ring us round with tanks and guns because they want to keep us in our station. And from the coal pits of Northumberland and down below the Rio Grande, they bind and they break the worker's hand with hardship and starvation. Because oppression is the boss's creed, and profit is their religion. But it has been proved here in Sydney that you can stand up against them, you can look them in the eye and you can fight them, you can tell them to shove it, and if you mean it, and if you fight long and hard enough, you win. That way you set a cat among the pigeons.